messages some of your teammates are doing a good job, just kind of detailing how they feel like you've been improving over this stretch. In your own mind, what sticks out in your mind about how you've been developing and coming along with your experience?
Well, I feel just, every day in practice is huge for me. Every game is huge. It's another opportunity to get a little bit better. And, I feel I'm getting more comfortable, better timing with the receivers. And, that's going to come with time. And I feel like every day we're just consistently working on things, getting a little bit better. And, that's our goal. I know it sounds cliche, and I feel like I say that all the time. But, that's what Coach Fox talked to us today is, hey, let's focus on today, take it one day at a time, and get a little bit better.
Do you feel like the Vikings game, because it was your highest completion percentage that you had as a passer since you've been a starter, is kind of a base format for you to do that even more and feel more comfortable since you accomplished that against Minnesota?
Not really sure. I just look at it as it was a great win for the Denver Broncos and our organization and this team. And, I honestly don't care necessarily too much of how we got to do it or how many times we throw it or, all the rest of the statistics because, the way we look at it is a win's a win, and we just got to find a way to make that happen. And, whether it's handing it off or, throwing the ball down the field, either way, I'm happy with it.
So you're feeling absolutely no pressure to stay in the pocket when someone like Vic has been hearing that, and you're a runner kind of in his ilk, and you got to do it. You don't feel any pressure to show people that you can stay in there and get it done with everything you've been hearing.
The great thing is I don't have to listen to what other people say, and that's something I learned a long time ago. And so, I just try to do, what my coaches teach me to do and run our game plan to the best of my ability and try to improve every single day. And whatever we call, try to, do the best thing I know how to do with it. So.
Tim, you had mentioned in the past that some of those doubters can be motivating to you. Now that everyone seems to be jumping on the Tim Tebow bandwagon, does that change your mindset?
I don't know if everybody's jumping on that. It's just, I think, we're just getting better as a team, as an organization, and we just got to continue to work and get better every single day. And, for me, I just, consistently be motivated and come out here and work extremely hard and, not worry about everything else on the outside, whatever good or bad is said, just let that be on the outside and focus on, things that I can control and, coming in here, being a great teammate, working as hard as I can and trying to get a little bit better.
Did you get that chemistry with players? For instance, Demarius now, you guys working together, and he seemed to have a breakout game last week. Is that based on the chemistry you guys have? Is that people focusing on Decker and leaving Demarius open? What is it?
I think it's a mixture of a lot of things. Yeah, I think, also, looking at Decker, looking at Matt Willis, looking at Willis McGahee, and, DT stepped up and had a huge game. And so I think it's, goes to just, show how much he's been working and how much, he's been improving. I'm so proud of him for that. And also, looking at a guy like Decker where that, safety might be watching him a little bit more. And so, it's awesome to just consistently every week have someone different step up. And, I think that's something special about this team.
Tim, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you guys are favored this week for the first time since you became the quarterback. Would you prefer to be the underdog in games, or do you mind?
I don't necessarily really care. I mean, never really paid attention to that too much, and I don't think I'll start now.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't really
What do you think of the Bears' defense and what you've seen on tape?
They're really good, and it's really exciting, for me to get a chance to play against a defense like this. Feels like I've been watching them for years, that same defense, that same scheme, and golly, it'll be exciting, playing against Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs and Charles Tillman and Julius Peppers, some of the best guys, for the last decade, and also get to play against one of my teammates in Major Wright, and that'll be fun, and it's exciting. They're a great defense, and they got some of the best players at certain positions in the whole game, so it'll be fun.
So you talk about Demarius, fan. What did you see from him back in training camp when he wasn't able to actually practice, and kind of the journey that he's been on this?
Well, I don't want to speak for him, but I know that he was just, hurting a little bit because I know he wanted to be out there with us, and he trained so hard, and he wanted to be playing, and it was probably disappointing for him, and he just worked so hard to get back, and I'm so proud of him, putting in the extra work and being patient, and when he's getting his opportunities, trying to make the most of it, and I'm so happy for him.
Hey Tim, I'm in from Salt Lake City.
When you're looking downfield, especially on that scramble drill? What sort of target is he?
Oh, he's a great target, and he's just so athletic, and he's a big body, and he can make plays, and it's just fun to see him out there, and I'm so happy for him.
Hey, Tim, I'm in from Salt Lake City and urban country, old urban country, and we're just kind of trying to get your sense of your relationship with Zane and how it's developed, and also Mike McCoy, obviously a huge part of what you're doing.
My relationship with both of them is great. My relationship with Zane, has been great since, the day we got drafted and we spoke, and we've hung out a lot since, and he's a great guy, and, so proud of him and what he's accomplished in his 2 years in the NFL, and, I'm proud to have him in front of me and protecting me, and he does a great job, and, my relationship with Coach McCoy is great, and he's continued to get better throughout my time here, and, he's a great coach, and, he puts his players in a position to do well.
What's the best thing he's maybe told you over the last 2 or 3 months, the most important piece of advice?
Oh, good question. I think more than anything is, listen to how you're coached, but also trust yourself out there and believe in yourself and your teammates and what we've told you, and then, just go out there and turn it loose and have fun.
Tim, with all the attention placed on you, are you embracing it or ignoring it?
I don't know necessarily either. Just, I guess, handling it and not necessarily worrying about it too much. I'm, just enjoying, being a Denver Bronco and living out my dream every day and playing with a bunch of great teammates and a bunch of great coaches, and not really worried too much about, the whole media and everything else going on.
It's not everyone that gets a tweet from Bill Cosby, though. That was
that was fun. Mr. Cosby, he's pretty funny, even in his tweets and stuff. So.
You're too young for the Cosby Show, though, right?
I know a little bit of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Rudy
Not too much. I don't know.
Jello commercials, all that?
Oh, all that, yeah.
Hey, Tim, can you just talk about the impact
Put me on the spot there.
you had on the running game? This is a team that finished 26th last year and running 100 more yards with you as the starter. Lance's production has gone up. Willis hasn't dropped in production. Can you talk about what you feel has been the impact? Because they were talking about that as well.
Well, I don't know that I've had too much of an impact on it. I just think we got a great offensive line, great coaches, and ultimately great running backs that make big plays all the time, and just so proud of those guys. And Willis has just done a great job. And then when he's been nicked up or had to come out of the game to get air, Lance comes in or Jeremiah's come in, or when Sean was healthy, and all those guys have stepped up and made huge plays. And I think that room has just been really solid and supporting each other, and it's been great. And the next guy stepping up always comes in and does something special, so it's exciting to see.
Tim, who did you vote for Heisman?
It's a good question. I'll probably just keep that to myself, but I'll be excited to see who wins. I mean, there's a lot. I think the finalists are great finalists. All of them are deserving. And it's really exciting. And it's even exciting to see a defensive guy get in there, and Tyrann Mathieu, who's had a great season, and it'll be exciting to see who wins.
There's no way you voted for a defensive guy.
Who knows?
What was Heisman week like for you as you look back?
It was busy. Most of the time it was pretty busy. And I learned after the first 2 times that, to just, how to go through everything and, try to find a little bit more time to just relax. But it can be a busy time because you go from the Disney Awards in there in Orlando and to go to New York, and it can be, kind of a whirlwind a little bit, if you kind of let them drag you everywhere. But I think it's also important for all those guys, to find some time to just relax and continue to train and get ready, because, shoot, 2 of them are up for the national championship, and probably the rest are all in big-time bowl games. So, they really need to consistently train and, not eat too many of those fancy dinners.
Tim, can you describe how you work your faith around a very violent, emotional sport? I know you don't turn it on and turn it off. You can't do that. But how does it work? Sunday morning, game time, during the week?
That's a good question. It's who I am, and it's with me everywhere. And just because football is a violent sport and it's a competitive sport, doesn't mean it has to change who you are. And so for me, my relationship with Jesus Christ is the most important thing. And I think in playing football, that gives me perspective, and that gives me just I believe it helps me just with my perspective and how I handle things and how I approach certain things, because I don't know what the future holds, but I know who holds my future, and that's something that gives me peace and comfort no matter what obstacles or turbulence hits or what I'm about to face, because I know who holds my future.
Your teammates come to you. Are you surprised when people come up to you maybe for thinking that you're just a player and a guy? You know what I mean?
Well, I have a great relationship with all of my teammates, and we got a lot of great leaders, and so it's just a team that's very close, and I'm proud to be on a team like that.